Okay, good morning, everyone. So now I am on the little small screen again. This technology is temperamental. I hope you can hear me. Yes, wonderful. And on this sort of large, puffy white clouds and misty blue sky morning, I hope your morning has been well so far and enjoyable. And that when you woke up this morning and perhaps put your feet on your rug, on your floor, whatever it may have been, that you were thankful that you were able to rise once again and greet the day. And hopefully, not hopefully, but our endeavor will be to make it a pleasant day. And a pleasant day radiating basic goodness with a kind heart for the benefit of all sentient beings. So take a breath in this morning, breathe in, releasing out, and in breath, releasing one more time, and breathing in, breathing out as we settle onto our seat. So that having the idea is getting off for the merry-go-round of the world for a few moments, putting everything aside, our worries and concerns and desires and stresses, etc. Just lay them down. Don't worry, your friends will be there to pick up. It's like your favorite pet. You tell your worries like your pets, sit, stay. They're unruly, aren't they? Like Bentley, stay. And Bentley just jump up and down and run. Bentley, stay. And then finally he sits down, but impatiently. So I think of those things like an unruly pet that needs to be trained. Maybe that's a good analogy, is to train ourselves in how we deal with our various desires and concerns and worries and stresses, etc. Because in the end, they come and go like those clouds I see in the space before me, arising, dwelling, and ceasing, but having no intrinsic substance in themselves, even though they seem to be quite real and very weighty. But when we look deeply into them, we can see that they're nothing more than my favorite word, a phantasmagoric display, an illusion, which we ourselves have created. So, like blowing bubbles, let the bubble just poof, burst into space. And the space within the bubble and the space without the bubble even though the membrane of the bubble appears to create a division. But in essence, there is none. Take a breath in, and again, rest your mind. And for a few moments, just focus on mindful and aware, breathing in. Mindful and aware of breathing out. And as you do so, the bone weight settles, the muscular strength releases, our mental focus to the navel center, our breath drawn from the abdominal wall as it gently expands and releases. And the energy, like a sleeping serpent or a dragon at the base of the spine, rises up to the crown of our head, to the castle in the sky, the citadel in the Taoist way, the citadel of the 8 immortals, or the crown chakra of Urgyen. Awareness of the head, the throat, the heart, the navel, the pelvic, all releasing, opening, letting go of this tension, letting go of any stress. Focus on your breath. And again, just breathing out. So the youngest member of our Sangha has appeared from Tushita heaven. And then you might say, who is that? You hopefully can see. It is Lara and Papi and Mama, all the way from Estoril in Portugal. So, hello, baby Lara, how are you doing? She says, don't worry about me. I will transverse through this life and come to be an enlightened being in this world. Such innocence. May we remember and recapture the spirit of our child, the innocence of a baby. So much to come in that life. May it be wonderful. So if you haven't maybe noticed, as I've been talking about this 40-year cycle, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, Guru Rinpoche, Kamisambhava, was a mystical, unknown figure that very few people saw in the West. And if it was a rare occurrence. Now, every day, as prophesized, every day Guru Rinpoche is coming. His teachings, his manifestations in various rupas, statues, whether it's on the Instagram or Facebook or whatever the other social medias may be. But I don't think now there's a day that goes past that Guru Rinpoche is not visible and present. For us, there is not a moment that passes that we're not in the domain of Guru Rinpoche. Guru Rinpoche's mind and our mind or one and the same. As I was just reading, the only difference is Guru Rinpoche has fully recognized the potential of the inherent enlightened quality. And the same quality we have, maybe we've had glimmers of it, but not the recognition to the extent of Guru Rinpoche. But as he said to Yeshashoga, we have the potentiality to do so, which is a misstatement to a degree, because that potentiality is already fully manifested. We have not fully manifested the recognition of the treasure of that enlightened quality which dwells within each and every sentient being. It is through our practice and through faith and devotion and trust and conviction and commitment that we ground ourselves in the recognition of that intrinsic inherent quality. And again, like those clouds that are in the space out there now, as they part, the effervescent blueness that is always there, or that space is always there, is revealed. So sitting and watching the clouds and the moon and the leaves and the moon, etc., thinking, oh, these are nothing more than the appearances, the rise and dwell and cease of the fabrications that arise from one's consciousness, and not recognizing their inherent quality of emptiness, we mistakenly take them with a certain solidity and act accordingly. If we can recognize, and we have the capacity to do so, is that every moment is arising is nothing more than a fabrication, appearing but intrinsically empty. Empty, therefore it can appear. It doesn't mean that we should discount the appearance, but we should see it truthfully for what it is. It's sort of difficult. If someone is pinching you and you go, oh, the pincher is empty. The experience is empty. And the one being pinched is also empty. In the midst of being pinched, it's like maybe grandmother pinching you, stop, and she pinch. And you go, oh, all is emptiness, you don't move. So then, no problem. But I don't think we've quite arrived at that juncture just yet. But if you could remember that whatever is arising intrinsically is empty, whatever is dwelling and ceasing intrinsically empty, and even how we respond to it or react to it has that same quality. But in the same way, we have to respond to it. We just can't sit there like a lump, like nothing happened at all. But we do so with the understanding, with the knowledge, with the wisdom, is that this is nothing more than a passing illusionary moment. Experience it and let it go. I even saw Talopa. Talopa has appeared on social media. Not that even many people know who Talopa is outside of perhaps the Buddhist community, Tibetan Buddhist community. But it actually said, let go of what has passed. Let go of what may come. Let go of what is happening now. Don't try to figure anything out, and don't try to make anything happen. Now, it didn't have the last part that Talopa said. I think it's the key. He said, relax, meaning to let go. But not to wait, but right now. And doing those two things, you arrive at what? Rest. Knowing how to rest is the key. It's quite simple. Now I understand in my ignorance when Rinpoche would say, it's so simple. And we would say, yes, Rinpoche, for you, but for us, very difficult to just rest. So again, Talopa Gemalingpa, Dongjumpa, Bumpumpa, Milarepa, all these great masters, they give that instructions to rest. How to rest. Take a breath in. Breathe out with an R sound. Oh. And rest. Imagine you've gone on a long hike and you had maybe some food and an emergency kit and your water, and who knows, maybe you took a book with you, and even you have some other accoutrements in your backpack that makes it a little bit weighty. But it's a nice hike as you go from the mountainside, and maybe you were ascending up to the top of the mountain. And arriving at the top of the mountain, as Rinpoche would say, you arrive there, you stand, and you take your pack off, and you put your pack down, and maybe you just wipe your brow with some perspiration, and you sit down. And when you sit down, what do? You go, and you rest. You look out into the vastness of the vista of space, and you rest. So yesterday, I'm remembering, even at this very moment, being in the mountains in Bhutan, maybe about 15,000, 16,000 feet up. And there's a statue of Longchenpa sitting, looking out into space. This big statue, bigger than life size, maybe 2 times the size of our bodies. And so I look at Longchenpa, Kungut Longchenpa, and I asked him, what do you see? And in my own fantasy, he says, look. So I sat just like him, and I look out into the vastness of the space of the valley, and into the sky and the gentle moving clouds. And it dawned on me as a thought, what he sees is nothing. Then I remember what Rinpoche would say, when you see, there is nothing to see. That is the great seeing. So having taken off your pack, having reached the top of the mountain, sit down and rest. Look out and see that there is nothing to see. There is no seer, there's no seeing, and there's nothing seen. But in that moment, nothing is seen, but everything is seen. And you see that now you have begun. Rest. Breathing in, breathing out. If we don't understand this simple instructions to rest and to see that there is nothing to see of any concrete intrinsic quality, that all phenomena arises, dwells, and cease as a fabrication of our own conscious construct. That it is not to say that it does not appear at a relative level, but its ultimate nature is one of emptiness. So to recognize the intrinsic ultimate nature of phenomena, but also to be involved in that phenomena. It's like walking through a dream awakened, isn't it? But that's what the teachings say. To awaken in the dreamlike state and come to know the dreamer that is dreaming the dreamt, and rest. Breathe in, breathe out. And as again, observation, I hope you're making daily observations and processing them. But seeing the prevalence of Guru Rinpoche. So now I know Master Z sees this because even I see Master Z's work on social media. He's very clever. The whole world sees one moment of his imagination, his creation. So his recent post, and underneath that a few slots down, is Guru Rinpoche. So our superhero, my first superhero, is Guru Rinpoche. Even many years, decades ago, I thought, oh, Guru Rinpoche, he is a real superhero. He is Superman. He is Batman. He is Aquaman, right? He is Silver Surfer. So see how prevalent all of a sudden now we see Tibetan masters, Indian masters, Guru Rinpoche. We see Kalaya, Mahakala, Elden Lama. All the various, they're appearing just as it was prophesied. During the darkened times, the bright lights of the Dharma will shine. I would like to think that we are in our best way joining that radiant mind, that we have made the vow to be part of that, to promote the Dharma, to be examples of those who follow the path. We are seeing even Omahum Bhadaguru Dhammasiti, Omahum Bhadaguru, the mantra on the media. But then I thought, there are those who see, and there are those who practice. May those who practice inspire those that see. Anyway, today we'll do the modified Rinzin Rupa, which with Lama Kazi Rinpoche, we did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and well, it was really Monday through the whole week, every day, Guru Rinpoche. Main practice, we did many Drupchen, Drupchud retreat, focusing on Guru Rinpoche. So Lama Kazi Rinpoche was really ahead of his time, but his presence was not left behind or forgotten by his students, myself being one. So we'll do a assemblage of video harias the modified way today. I believe Guru Rinpoche Day was Thursday. I think it was on Thursday, looking at my calendar. So may we receive the blessings of Guru Rinpoche and all that he represents. And may those blessings come through the radiant quality like the sun of our faith and our devotion and our trust. So this is my wish for today. Take a breath in again. And again, now just check in. How is my body? How is my breath? How is my mind? Your emotions, your spirit. Gently breathing in, gently breathing out. My mind is calm and clear. This is though you say to yourself, my mind is calm and clear. My mind is calm and clear as I gently breathe in and gently breathing out. Bring your hands into the mudra of equanimity, or I like to say in the other style, the gesture of tranquility, the mudra of tranquility. And in the navel center, in the Taoist way, we speak of the sea of psychic energy. The sea of psychic energy, or the sea of tranquility. How is your sea today? Hopefully smooth like the great Pacific Ocean. When you look out to the Pacific Ocean, for the most part, it is Pacific. It is peaceful and calm. Not all the time, though. The same way our sea of psychic energy and sea of tranquility, when we focus on it, we can calm it down, even in the midst of a great typhoon. The islanders know how to sit and be calm. So sometimes we are in the midst of a raging typhoon. Take a breath in, breathe out, and sit in the intrinsic, innate, calm, abiding, and clarity that is intrinsic to our consciousness, each and every one. Not all having the capacity or the karma to access it, but those that do are blessed, fortunate, leisures, endowments, etc., and having the capacity in the human birth to rise to the height of their potential of this intrinsic, enlightened, realized quality. Once again, breathe in, breathe out, and visualizing Rinpoche, the essence of all of the Buddhas of the past, present, and future, of all of the great masters, teachers down to the present day, manifesting in the form of Buddha Rinpoche. So then, having brought to mind like that, it's easy to say, most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Then, with those qualities of faith, devotion, and trust, for the benefit of all sentient beings, we recite the refuge formula. Namo Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo Gina Lagab Sujo. Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo Gina Lagab Sujo. Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo Gina Lagab Sujo. Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo. Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo Gina Lagab Sujo. Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo. Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo. Lagab Sujo Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo. Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo. Lagab Sujo Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo. Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo. Lagab Sujo Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo. Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo Lama Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo Lama Lagab Sujo Zenga Lagab Sujo Lagab Sujo. 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 Then bring forth the feeling that one has taken refuge, and then taking refuge, then there's a sense of solace, comfort. Oh, I don't have to worry. I have taken refuge. I will be looked after, watched over, and comforted no matter what the outer circumstances may be. But how can I reside in that place of comfort when I see so much other suffering around me? Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are infinite. I vow to liberate them. Our delusions, my delusions, are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Now, all along, you have visualized one's teacher, Guru Rinpoche, and the Dzogchen. And within the Dzogchen, there are the bodhisattvas of the Arahat, or the bodhisattvas, I should say, of the Theravada tradition and bodhisattvas of the Mahayana tradition. And so we are making the prayer to receive the blessings of those bodhisattvas, whether they are whatever tradition, doesn't matter. There's more than 8. We just look at these 8 and please bless and bestow and welcome us to be part of that which needs to be done. Again, just using your imagination. Oh, gift waves of light or gift waves of blessings, or penetrating and coming from all of the enlightened ones, welcoming you, informing us and revealing our true nature so that we may be of the greater benefit to all sentient beings through these very challenging, and even though it is challenging in darkened times, it is also a blessing, don't you think? Look at what's happening. More kind, more compassionate, more caring, right? Then we're seeing many Buddhas. It says this is the eon of 1,000 Buddhas. 1,000 Buddhas will come. Already we're seeing the media now, even like I make fun, but it's quite interesting. We can get Garvana, we can get Nirvana by buying a certain product, but that word, Nirvana, even you can buy some perfume called Samsara. You want to wear Samsara, you can put it on. It's funny. And if you want to get your card, then you just call Garvana and you can have instant enlightenment, transportation. So many analogies that we could see of the tragedy that is occurring, but there's also some good that's occurring too. So acknowledge the negative, but embrace the goodness. So this is what Shanti Deva is trying to tell us. Kula kumbu ganyen ba chenjon chenpo teke son. Yoba tabda zamba yi sange dodan gedon la chenjon chenpo teke ba. Taba dane kapsu ji seba nenze tante pe. Sombe chenje chondo da zange dodo neke pe. Sombe chenjo senge do. Teze nanga namba da nowa teze nego ba. Teze doje nego. Towa terga sawa so donam jele gele don de don sede sede so ula gumbo ganya pa chenja chambo de so dowa da samba ye sange doda de doda chenja nebo de pa taba da de gatu ji sira nje da de pe so be chenja jodo da sange jodo nege pe so be chenja sange do 제제 남가 남바 단도와 제제 내고바 제제 도제 내고 내 도와 다가서와수 조남 제제게 조 제저 제제 제제소 온라 공부 간야바 전전 전도 제게소 도와 다다 삼바 이에 상게 도다 게도바 전전 네버 제게바 다바다네 가서지 Shirab Nanze Danje Pe Zombe Chenze Zondo Da Sange Zondo Nege Te Zombe Chenze Zenge Do Jeze Nanga Namba Dan Dowa Jeze Nego Ba Jeze Doje Nego Ne Dowa Derga Zawa So. All phenomena arise from their causes. Their causes are explained by the Buddha. Cessation of these causes too are taught thus by the great sage. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I recognize and reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the misery and suffering and the causality of ignorance and misplaced desire and anger in this world through loving kindness and compassion. So I hope no matter what difficulties and challenges may befall us, they are sort of minor compared to the full scope of what occurs throughout samsara. Who taught this? As we said, the great master taught this. Dagi Jonje, Sagi Brenjan, Jogi Mundo, Dungi Jonja, Sergey Numbo Joa Chebego, Sage Goku, Chula Satsa, O Tayata, Omene, Mene, Maha, Mene, Yesoha. Tayata, Omene, Mene, Maha, Mene, Yesoha. Tayata, Mene, 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 Mene, Maha, Mene, Yesoha. Diadom and Mahamana ye so diadom and Mahamana ye so Zumane Mane 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 Mahamana ye so Mahamana ye so Zumane Mane 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 Mahamana ye 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 Receiving the blessings of the Buddha as we have done in the past, as we've done in the present, and will do in the future for the benefit of all sentient beings. Feeling again, gift waves of light, and light moves, we know, at an elementary way in particles and waves. So in essence, are we not actually receiving? It is always present. Light is present within, light is present without. So we focus on this is the light of the enlightened mind of all of the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. To our head, to our throat, to our hearts, to our navel, white, red, blue, and multicolored coming to the navel center. Visualizing the lotus and the moon and the radiant quality, giving out the quality of our merit, our happiness, our fortune, our blessings. But the radiant light of loving kindness and compassion is the main one. Count the outgoing breath as we practice Tonglen. Begin. having radiated, emanated, disseminated these qualities from within one's own mind, our motivation and intent. As you breathe out like water into water, one recognizes the inseparability of the enlightened qualities of the Buddha and the enlightened qualities of one's own mind. Again, that phrase of to rest in the unfabricated naturalness of one's own intrinsic enlightened nature. And as you emerge, that recognition which has not come, which is not gone, which has no beginning and no end, is just ever present. Breathe out. And again, just take a breath in for a moment, release, relax. So as I said, you cannot pick up this device and not see some manifestation of the enlightened qualities of the Buddhist tradition. So I found this one. I'll read it's come from the text, Advice from the Lotus Pawn. So Guru Rinpoche imparted these instructions and teachings to Yeshe Shoga, his prime heart disciple. So this teaching is called Pointing the Staff at the Old Man. Look into the awakened mind of your own awareness. It has neither form nor color, neither center nor edge. At first, it has no origin, but is empty. Next, it has no dwelling place, but is empty. At the end, it has no destination, but is empty. This emptiness is not made of anything and is clear and cognizant. When you see this and recognize it, you know your natural place. You understand the nature of things. You have then seen the nature of mind, resolve the basic state of reality, and cut through doubts about topics of knowledge. This awakened mind of awareness is not made out of any material substance. It is self-existent and inherent in yourself and all sentient beings. This is the nature of things that is easy to realize because it is not to be sought for or looked for elsewhere. This is the nature of mind that does not consist of a concrete perceiver and something perceived to fixate upon. It defines the limitations of permanence and annihilation. In it, there is no thing to awaken. The awakened state of enlightenment is your own awareness and is naturally awake. In it, there is no thing. So let me go back. So yes, so this is the nature of mind that does not consist of a concrete perceiver and something perceived to fixate on. It defies the limitations of permanence and annihilation. In it, there is no thing to awaken. The awakened state of enlightenment is your own awareness that is naturally awake. In it, there is no thing that goes to the hells. Awareness is naturally pure. In it, there is no practice to carry out. Its nature is naturally cognizant. This great view of the natural state is present in yourself. Resolve that it is not to be sought for somewhere else or any place else. When you understand the view in this way and want to apply it in your experience, wherever you stay is the mountain retreat of your body. Whatever external appearances you perceive is a naturally occurrent appearance and naturally empty awareness. Let it be. Free from mental constructs, naturally free. Appearance becomes your helpers, and you can practice while taking appearance as the path. Within, whatever moves in your mind, whatever you think, has no essence, but is empty. Thought occurrences are naturally free. When remembering your mind essence, you can take thoughts as the path, and the practice is easy. As for the innermost advice, no matter what kind of disturbing emotions you feel, look into the emotions and its tracelessness subsides. The disturbing emotions is thus naturally free. This is simple to practice. So it is said it is simple to practice. I hope you understood some of that. So these are the things I heard directly in one way or another from various teachers. And I remember when I first encountered the Tibetan Book of the Great Liberation, which again is the teachings of the Buddha Rinpoche, there was these type of teachings, which many, many years ago was difficult to understand. Not to say that I have any understanding of it at this point. But as we were saying earlier, the dreamer, that which is dreamed in the dreamt, are all intrinsically empty, recognize. Wakefulness in the state of dreaming, and use that which is before you as the path in which you respond, not react, but from a place of calm and clarity, and seeing its nature as being empty, even though it appears it's empty. It is empty, but it appears. This is speaking to the quality of treasure, recognizing the inherent emptiness of that which arises in our mind, and recognizing that appearance also, which is perceived, is empty, and the two must combine in unity as one in our natural awakened state. So again, Buddha Rinpoche is saying to us in quite simple, look within, look to the looker, and rest again. It is quite simple, isn't it? Perhaps you can catch some of it as we begin. So now, even if you only understood or grasped a few moments or kernels of what was read, now you go directly to the source. Urgyen Rinpoche is ever present. Pick up your phone. You will see Rinpoche every day. You don't even have to look around your room. Before we had, see, right there's Rinpoche. Thank you, Master Ian. It's everywhere. It's so wonderful, right? So, Urgyen Samten Ling Gyaltsen Dorje Zatsu Suru Pema Siti Chanzan Pema Gitza Dongola Dazen Joji Gudune Pema June Zatsu Dragudu Gando Mambu Kugege Zatsu Tatrugi Chinji Dorje Zatsu Suguru Pema Siti Urgyen Juji Nanzan Pema Gitza Dongola Nyatsen Joji Gudune Pema June Sasura Gudu Nando Mambu Kugege Zatsu Tatrugi Chinji Dorje Zatsu Suguru Pema Siti. You should visualize, in vivid appearance from the place of emptiness, Rinpoche is directly in front of us. Namga Zendo Doje Dobe Lama Tsuge Gula Suwate Urgyen Bamajo Nela Zuwate Dejen Doge Dumbe Senkanzu Kunjo Nyodan Yoden Jende Deje Genjen Zuwate Doje Jedra Dezozo Sordo Lama Lutsu Gula Zuwate Urgyen Bamajo Nela Zuwate Dejen Dumbe Senkanzu Doje Jango Joe Dona Galar Gadu Darge Kundurze Darna Majo Dada Dunjunge Lama Jube Kula Suwade Urien Majo Nela Suwade. So Guru Rinpoche has many manifestations, but Guru Rinpoche is the embodiment of all the kayas and knowledge and wisdom. So we just did the Trikaya dedication. Dhammakaya, Sambhavakaya, Namanakaya, and the Sukhokaya, all the kayas conjoined into one. And you should visualize, oh, now I may connect with my lineage, the family. So Gunzon Dozon, Gera, Bedma, Kedla, Pinda, Zushoga, Juju, Nabla, Jundog, Azozo, Gada, Lama, Nanla, Zuwade. Lenzel Doje 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 Ba Doje Kuzonge Ode Goje Doba Lonje Ba Deme Uso Shala Suwade Tejen Goje Dola Teze Deme Uso Kende Dozo So Uso Lonje Nange Nazoda Jeme Lembe Shala Suwade Dunzun Gonge Belma Tege Dodo Uso Kunzon Zembe Zema Sovate Women Toge Yenge Boda Tuzo Sange Goje Kudoke Renzem Kudu Kudu Tunzebe Zoe Lame Namla Sovate Riro Menjo Giyo Gibo Dantu Tuzo Sange Goje Kudoke Renzem Kudu Kudu Tunzeba Zoe Lame Zema Sovate Yua Kundu Yandan Lamadan Drume Tuge Bala Rochote Sadam Doje Nundo Nezo Nedoje Jenje Gubando Ruso Suze Uma 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 Visualization of the subtle body, channels and chakras, the process of cleansing and purifying body, speech, and mind. Breathing out. Chakras, nadis. Visualization to cleanse the speech. Om a I U Rebe Lele E U Anga Kaka Gaganga Tata Tatanga Tata Tatana Tata Tatana Baba Baba Ma Yola Wajana Takasha Omedama Hidubarawa Hidutagata Wata Jutsa Yonoroa E Wamenema Samana So The Bhadra Samaya Za Bam Ho Om Ritsa Ramane Pava Daye So Zebadra Samaya Zaza Badra Amrita Kundile Hana Hana Then to invoke, to invite, summons Rinpoche and all the entourage of the. Now we have to visualize assemblage of the Vidyaharas. So for now, you can visualize the same sakli that you received from our master. If you understand that it is also now in Yabyam or singularity, but we're not visualizing ourselves as Yamka or Vajrayogini. This is now the inner, we could say inner secret practice, outer practice, inner practice, where one is not engaged in what's called, it is a Guru Yoga practice, but it's not that you're Vajrayogini and you're interfacing with Guru Rinpoche. In this one, you are Guru Rinpoche. Most of you already have this loop, long and long in the tree. Again, you must make a leap now and recognize that's the essence of your mind is the essence of the Guru's mind. And therefore, they're one and the same with not a hairbreadth of difference. Sangye dodan zoge jonam la jendo baju dadi gapsuji daji zoge bezo namge jola benze zange zobajo. Sangye dodan zoge jonam la jendo baju dadi gapsuji daji zoge bezo namge jola benze zange zobajo. Sangye dodan zoge jonam la jendo baju dadi gapsuji. Daji Jinjugi Bezo Namgi Jola Benze Senge Joba Sho Za Mu Bamu Soshi Naranda Teba Gu Baja Mahazi Haraga Dene Doji Turva Gudu Ram Zarva Sudo Zaba Dharma Surbe Sudo Dende Rando Jane Jan Gateway Nando Torva Kodo Torva Nuku Punson Zoba Dajan Gozo Jambo Gu Oma Ume Pate Sapa Riva Barba Satsumata Sadana Pate Cheta Baba Namo Sabadata Gatata, you measure Mugobe Sabadata Nogete Sapa Rana, Rina Kamosoha. You say Namo Sabadata Gatata, you measure Mugobe Sabadata Nogete Sapa Rana, Soha. Namo Sabadata Gatata, you measure Mugobe Sabadata Nogete Sapa Rana, Mirana Dama. So, yeah, Gana, Zumba Dama Adre Aragun Dende Doje Torva Dudu Zarva Sudo Sarva Dame Sube Sudo Rinpoche, Nini Zhang, get you with Om Sarabutaraga Sarasa, Sarabutaraga Sarasa, Sarabutaraga Sarasa. Saba Megane, Namo Saba Tatagata, Bayumiju Murube, Saba Tatamokete Saparanda, Hiram Giranam, Guriana, Hiram Bavenda, Daye, Soha. Saba Megane, Namo Saba Tatagata, Bayumiju Murube, Saba Tatamokete Saparana, Giranam, Guriana, Hiram Bavenda, Daye, Soha. Saba Megane, Namo Saba Tatagata, Bayumiju Murube, Saba Tatamokete Saparana. Guriana, Iram Bavenda, Daye, Soha. Visualizing Dorje Senpai. Zumba Druza Zamaya, Manopalaya, Badruza Rudenova, Nagova, Sudokaya Nagova, Sudokaya Nagova, Anaradu Nagova. So was it in the Bay of the Zaragamos, the Medina, Sara da Gada Varana and the Boa Mahazamaya, the one, but Zamaya, Manova, Badruza Rudenova, the Nagova, Sudokaya Nagova. So is it in a way of the so do they nobody do the Dumbo as the Dogaya, so was it in a way of the so that I got a bedroom and it was over the power. Zamaya Zadu, Adambadu Zadu, Zamaya Manuvada Yabadu Zadu, so was it in every other Zaragama to the Mezzanine? Zadu, Adambadu Zadu, Zamaya Manuvada, Badu Zadu. So was it in every other Zaragama to the Mezzanine? Udavenda Bhavama Zamaya Satua, Badru Zadu Samaya, Manavadaya, Badru Satu Tanava, Sudogaya Mabua, Sudogaya Mabua, Anarado Mabua, Bhavama Zamaya Satu, Adam Bazu Satu Samaya, Manavadaya, Badru Satu Tanava, Sudogaya Mabua, Sudogaya Anarado Mabua, Mabaya Zara, Sada Dada Gada Varuna Nemuzo Vendu Bhavama Zamaya Satu, Badru Satu Samaya, Sudogaya Mabua, Sudogaya Mabua, Anarado Mabua, Sada Dada Gada Varuna Nemuzo Vendu Bhavama Zamaya Satu, Badru Satu Samaya, Sudogaya Mabua, Sudogaya Mabua, Anarado Mabua, Zara Dada Gada Varuna Nemuzo Vendu Bhavama Zamaya Satu, Then take a moment and infuse the thought. All phenomena is intrinsically pure. That which appears, that which dwells, that which ceases. Its innate quality is intrinsic emptiness. And within the emptiness, there is no such thing as pure or impure. This is the nature of one's mind also, as Rinpoche stated. It has no color, no shape, no form. It is not pure or impure. It does not come, it does not go. To say it is ever present is to also say it is not present. So therefore it is present and not present. It is beyond conceptualization and non-conceptualization, or the point that lies between the two. For a moment, rest in the natural state. Then you must place now some Vajra tent, protective circle. Senjen Jamje Jubada, the Wagunda to Baguji, Dorje, Dorje, Gunda to Baguji, Dorje, Maybe Damba, Damba, Mede Waguji, Nurindanda, the Wagness, Mela, Nambaguji. Senjen Jamje Jubada, the Wagunda to Baguji, Dunganda, Dorje, Gunda to Baguji, Dorje, Maybe Damba, Damba, Mede Waguji, Nurindanda. Making the 7 branch offerings that includes one's body, one's speech, one's mind, one's possessions, to making prostrations, to rejoice, and the acknowledgement. So maybe you look out your window and you see many clouds. So cloud banks of offering. So all of those clouds are the most precious ornaments that we offer, including our own body, our own speech, our own mind, our own enlightened quality. Samaya Satua Badru Satu Seven-line prayer. Now you visualize the assemblage of Vidyadharas. Urgyen Samten Ling We Roman Jogi Yoki Bodam, the Duzum Gay Guji, Gugi, Ransom Gugu, Sudan Seba, so we Lamishela, so what that. Kiwa can do Yona Lama Dan Rome Jogi Balado, Jojan Sadam, Jivan, Neto, Neto, Jinji, go van do Zenamo da 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 yes and Jojo Lama. Rejenga to get good, Nine to the Kapsuchi, Namo Dan Da Ye Zen, Jo Tungo Lama, Rinzenga Zoge Gula Nine Tude Kapsuji Namo Danda Ye Zenzen Jojon Lu Lama Dan Rinzenga Zoge Gula Nine Tude Kapsuji O Rinzenga Gugu Ne Pama Dudu Zeme Nide Tude Je Munjun Dan Zenge O Rinzen get good as you near Pama to do the main to Beje, Bunjo to the chance and get. O Rinzen get good as you near Pama to do the main to Beje, Bunjo to the chance and get. So, from the direct lineage of the Rinzen Rupa, you receive the blessings. Za, Bam, O, Zojina Randa, Tenda. So, Guru Rinpoche is directly in front of you. So, Shri Majur Lama Deje Doje Lama Deje Tadu Nabdo Lama Dedu Gunjun Doje Chamba Zobade Urgyen Rinpoche La Zobade Gargen Baje Dejonjen Tunge Zamba Tubado Tundul Numo Dodru So Ati Bru Prati Saho. Transformation, recognition. The deity sits down. In the heart center, if one knows, we make it simple. There's 9-pronged Dorje or 4-pronged Dorje sitting on a lotus sun and moon discussion. In the center of the Dorje is the seed silver hum, and counterclockwise is Oma Hum Badagurudama Siddhi Hum, moving clockwise. Radiant rainbow light filling the body of the deity and radiating out in the 10 directions, liberating all sentient beings, blessing all sentient beings, and also gathering the essence of all of the knowledge and wisdom of all of the Buddhas of past, present, and future. Then great offerings are made. Om Badra Argam Bhatam Ude Dube Aloge Gande Nyawade Shabda Ruta Shabda Gande Rasta Sebate Dhamma Data Putsa Oh Zelma Om Bata Guru Emaside Om Om Bada Guru Kama Siddhi 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 Om Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Om Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Om Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Suma Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Suma Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Om Bhaja Guru Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Om Bhaja Bhama Siddhi Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Zuma Om Bhaja Guru Bhama Siddhi Om Om So with this one more mala, have confidence, trust and faith. You are the deity. Don't let your mind wander. But at the same time, the visualization arises from Rikpa, or arises from the state of rest. So you rest, you are the deity, and don't let your mind wander as you recitate. Zom a a e e o o re 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 e e o a na ga 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 na za 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 na da 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 na ya wa sha da za sha badu za du za ma ya ma no ba da ya badu za du de no ba de 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 ma go wa za du ga ya ma go wa za du ga ya ma go wa ana ra do ma go wa za ba de me ga ya za ra ga ma zu de ne se de 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 o ma ha o ba do ma Now go to Dhammapalas again. The deity yourself, Guru Rinpoche, is the one who made the oath with the oath-bound ones. So the oath-bound ones are the Dhammapalas. So of the practices, we have outer, inner, secret, innermost secret, or we can say we have the Guru practice, we have Yidam practice, we have Dakini practice, and we have Dhammapala, protective practice. So we say Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be. We say Namo Guru Be to summons them. now, Zoom, Sri, Benza, Hedaka, really, home, Dene, Bajan, Jamne, Ramya, Tobe, Dorje, Ned, Zedu, Tamse, Yete, Dulce, Misse, Namge, Dorje, Then we can imagine Guru Rinpoche is saying to himself, but also for the benefit of all sentient beings. Jena Zoe Bade Joba, Tanzamba Luge Juba Chenje Edo Ah Hum Ah Ah Ah. All phenomena dissolves into the intrinsic nature of emptiness. Emptiness is not a void. I like to think it is a dynamic quality. Without emptiness, nothing can appear. And it only appear because of intrinsic emptiness. So it is with all phenomena. Rest your mind. And as you're resting again, as I sit looking at the mountain, sit like a mountain, Rinpoche said. So I meditate upon the mountain without thoughts. Let your breath be natural, like the breeze moving the leaves of the aspen trees. So I listen to the wind. And then the sky and the space above the mountain is clear. Sometimes whisper mountains coming near. Oh, nothing but my thoughts appearing and then disappear. Rest your mind spacious like the sky. Practice like this, Lama Andrews would say, my dear. And gently breathing out. Urgyen Lama Dujine Domananya Ba Sila. Even now, we're seeing daily His Holiness the Dalai Lama is permeating the consciousness of the whole planet through media. Second Raven Wagon wasn't going to button over Mando to one nation, resident one sense on capital to be Gato Batu and good. Debe meze gato na dene da jen da da jen so zong de jenge gende ge bo de ni de go na da yi de me de jen jo na de jen ge jo de jen de meze gu gu ba do yi to na to de to de na de tam de se pa ye to de Zambarulo tenda genda dan gundo zambo danye de da gunde jojo da jen gewa de namge da do da ye jen jen ma be jen do gu de pa ma ju ju jen jen ma do ba jen jen ju me ju ma ju ba Thousand the Megunze don't bang you what you are. The Jumbo don't do Zange to La Shu. Tembe the girl and Beje, then the Zange Buddha, then you like. Tembe no da Jubagi, the Bayu and the Beta Shi. Then they don't do nothing, drew them beta. Zume na me den ba je ne ba ze ru du zong gumbe sen gu ji Chenzo senjo renpo je ma ge ba na ge gu je ge ba na ba me ba ye gunde gundu ba gu so gazo da ye don we don du ko ye do jo jen be she do jo nam dra we ba ba me gun so dan ba rum da shi da be so da ya ta ga de some gade but is Daya da ungade gade better some gade but is Daya da ungade gade better some gade but is to maintain the purity of what was done, we place the seal of emptiness of the doer, emptiness of the doing, emptiness of what was done without any attachment. We practice non-attachment to the rising, dwelling, and ceasing of all phenomena. Let go of what is past, let go of what may come, let go of what is happening now. Don't try to figure anything out in your practice as you're sitting, and don't try to make anything happen. Relax right now and rest. Let go, let be. Yo idea you do consul zumbo do you ne don't want to know about dinner so again your simple practice wherever you find yourself, Rinpoche would say, as Rinpoche said in those teachings, wherever you find yourself, rest in the innate freedom of your own intrinsic emptiness, conjoined with the recognition of appearance, and therefore whatever appears and dwells in cease is nothing more than a phantasmagoric display or the spontaneous presentation of the enlightened primordial ground of our own enlightened mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have to now drive all the way down to South Jordan. So I have to fly very quickly. So I won't call anyone today, but have a wonderful rest of the day. Make it, and Andres, my friend,